back as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Well, now how about this return? And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Next to the air. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Broncos 1st down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Denver.
Looking to throw. Nix. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dobbins running out of the gun. Fights through it, now a crease. And he's able to work 3 for about 6 down to the 18.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This now a 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun is Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3, psychologically, maybe a win for the defense.
For the Broncos field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Well, they have the great field position to start that opening drive. They only get 3 out of it, but still they get 3. So maybe kind of a win for the offense, Charles, and kind of a win for the defense as well.
Yeah, I would say win-win seems to sum the whole thing up because where that ball was placed to start, that's tough on a defense, and they held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They go play action now. Jackson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. In motion left, Bateman. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Fielded at the 20. And he'll be out right at the 35. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw. Nix setting up a screen for Harvey. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards, the final tally.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's got room to roam. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now it's Nix. Quickly into the hands of Mims. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they let their fullback try and push the pile. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
And how about that on 3rd down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a 1st down.
Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown! R.J. Harvey. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Broncos 10, Ravens nothing.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Out now is a punter, Jordan Stout. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Denver's offense now set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He'll swing this out to Harvey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On play action, here's Nix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards. yards, 29 officially.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Nix. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Nix. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
A 23-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Pass out left, finds Kohler. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he will have the Ravens 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. To give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson going to keep it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Already up 2 touchdowns. How about that drive killer of a sack there to add to their good play? This offense coming away with no points now when some kind of score was desperately needed.
Here's Jordan Stout now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw, here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 39. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Second and 3. A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Nix from the shotgun. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Harvey now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Nix.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins
From 6 yards away.
And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that run back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. To throw is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews. His tight end.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To throw again is Jackson.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson now. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Jackson.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson, options out left.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Nick Bonito picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. He's still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half.
looking to put a drive together.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. We'll get this up to about the 44.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
2nd and 7. Throwing Nix.
Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Now it's Nix.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Nix looking to throw again. That's taken in by Franklin.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it will give him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Setting up a screen for Harvey.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
A quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Jackson going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson going to keep it running right. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now Jackson.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete.
And there at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Looking for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. He had a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay there.
And not in any rush offensively. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 37. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd and 9. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stumped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but
They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense back out there. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
First down. 10 at the 43-yard line.
Henry up the middle. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's Jackson to throw.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One last shot for Jackson. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
attention.